Alright guys, this is part 2 of the Textronics TLA5000 no display repair. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to verify the gripe, which is primarily what you do anytime you get a piece of test equipment. You make sure that the gripe is valid. So in order to do that, we need to go ahead and remove the cover. You grab it from here. Here's the little clip area right here that you grab to pull, and then these sides right here, they actually hook onto the feet on the side over here. So let's get this out of the way. And the next thing we need to do is get the keyboard and the mouse out. Now the gripe was that the unit would turn on and the lights would stay on, but there was no display. So I went ahead and I did some digging around in the manual, and I found it could be a couple of things. Also did some searching around online, and it could be a bad capacitor, bad power supply. I mean, there's just a bunch of things. But the thing that kind of caught my eye was that they said that the unit turned on and stayed on, which lends me to believe that the computer portion of it is probably fine. It's either a bad inverter or a bad ribbon cable to the display or something like that. Fairly simple I would think, to repair. I may have to actually change the LCD. I don't know about that yet. So let me get these out and get these hooked up. Now I noticed that the mouse was a USB mouse with an adapter on it. Originally I thought this was original. I don't know if it is or not, but we'll go ahead and hook it up. So let's go around to the back side and plug these in. And this is where they plug in on the back over here. Let's see, your mouse is on the top. It's the green. Don't forget to check your keyways when you plug it in. Yeah, like I said, don't forget to check your keyways. So we got the mouse plugged in. Let's get the keyboard plugged in now. And here we go. All right. So we got those in. So let's go back over to the front. All right. So now we have the mouse and the keyboard plugged in. So let's go, and I've got the unit plugged into the outlet. So let's go ahead and turn it on and see what happens. We'll keep an eye on the screen to make sure that to see if we see any flashes or anything that might indicate that the screen is actually working, and maybe there's something else wrong with it and it's not the screen, but we'll see. Is it actually, oh, did you see that flash? So that flash tells me, I don't know if it might have been too fast for the camera. That flash tells me that the light inverter appears to be working. And I had a gray screen for just like a half a second. So that tells me that the LCD may be working, but might not be connected. The other thing I hear in the background you may not hear is I hear the hard drive spinning and making the normal hard drive noises and stuff. And I don't see anything right now on the screen. So looking through the manual, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably put an inset of the manual page right here that talks about what I'm going to do. And one of the things it said to do is if this doesn't happen right off the bat, that you just go ahead and you hook up another display to it, and then you go ahead and you hit F2 while it's booting up. And then that display should display a screen if the graphics on the motherboard is working, but say the PCI card, which is where the the video is supposed to be going to this, isn't working or is not set properly. So let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and shut this off now. Most of these earlier computers are set up so that when you hit the power button, it'll shut itself down. So let's see if that happens. And it did. Okay. So I would expected it to take longer, so I don't know what's going on there. But I'm going to get a display, and we're going to hook up a display and see what happens next. All right, I'm going to hook up a VGA display. So I think it's a 15 pin, I believe. I'm just going to plug it straight into here, into the VGA port, which is the main video out for most motherboards. It'll be a VGA or a DVI or an HDMI nowadays. But there should be a main motherboard. This is a regular PC motherboard back here in the back of the unit. All right, so now we got that hooked up. Let's go back up front and turn the unit on and see if we get anything on our display. All right, I've got my power on over here. You can see the light glowing. So let's go ahead and hit the power on the Logic Analyzer. See, there's that flash again. So it leads me to believe something is good in the LCD display. Oh, look, we've got something over here. So obviously I'm going to hit F2. And hopefully that'll take me into setup. If you want to boot network, I don't want to boot to network. Entering setup. All right. CPU was previously shut down due to thermal event overheating. Service the unit right away to resolve this issue. Press F4 to resume. All right, so we'll try it. All right, so we're in setup. Let's see. And the book, and I don't have any mouse. Mouse is not working. The book says to go into, I believe it's advanced. Let's go over, here we go. Then it says to go down to video configuration right here. So let's hit video configuration. And it specifically says to put it on PCI. Primary, go down to the video adapter. And it says integrated. We're going to change this. Hit enter. And we're going to go down arrow and hit PCI. Set that. This is the primary reason that the display does not work on the TLA, they said. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to do something else too while I'm here. Let's hit escape and go back up. And I'm going to go over to power. Because when I first plugged this in, this thing came on. And let's see. It says after power failure, last state. I want that to stay off. Like if I get a power spike in the house or something, I don't want the unit to come back on. So I'm going to leave it there. So I'm going to hit off. Let's see what else we got over here. It also said to make sure that you were your hard drive was in the system. Let's see. Boot configuration. Let's see what that says. Plug and play. I kind of like plug and play. So I'm going to hit yes on that one. Numbers lock on. I know some of you guys are going to be upset about this, but I'm not a big fan of numbers lock. On power on. I prefer to set it myself. And ASF support. I will skip that. Okay. So let's hit escape. Let's see if I can get a better view here. Maybe, maybe not. Oh well. Security, I don't need a password. Let's see. Power on. After power. Oh, we just did that with boot. Alright. Silent boot enabled. That's fine. Rapid BIOS boot. That's fine. Scan user. PXE. I don't really know what. Oh, okay. For the LAN. No, we're not going to do it. USB boot enabled. Yep. Boot device priority. Alright, right now it says floppy. That's fine for right now. Then my regular hard drive, that's fine. Then the CD. I would think it would be better for this to be CD rather than And that. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to call that good. So I'm going to hit escape. And I think I'm going to, oh, let's see what we got here. Hard disk drives. Let's see what we got for a hard disk drive. Okay, pretty much what I thought. Well, we're going to keep that. So let's see. Removable devices. First floppy, second. Okay. Not going to worry about that. And ATPS CD-ROM drives. Okay, we're good there. All right, so I think we're set up for that. So let's hit F10 and get out of this and see what happens. Do you want to save on exit? Yep. All right, look, we got a screen. Cool. So hopefully that's all that's wrong with this, other than the mouse isn't working. We'll find out here. Well, we seem to be having some kind of issue here. This is not coming up. So let me go ahead and shut this down. And I had a problem with this mouse earlier not working, or the keyboard not working. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unplug both of those and see if it comes up. Alright, all I did was unplug this thing and plug it back in, and then I seem to have a problem here. So it came up here instead of over here. So I think we're having an issue here that, and I'm not sure what the deal is here. Mass storage devices. I don't think I have any disks in. Ah, I have a software disk in there I left in there. Maybe that's the problem. Let's see. Alright, so let's try rebooting this thing again. Just shutting it off. Alright, let's turn it back on. We got our flash again. You hear the fans running. I heard the fan shut off. There's still a background fan running. And man, I don't got nothing now. What the heck? That's weird. Alright, obviously we have some more work to do on this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and shut it off and stop and think about what I'm going to do here. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It said starting Windows. Okay. So I guess I'll let it run then. Oh, okay. Windows 2000 Professional. And it sounds like everything's running good in the background. I hear the hard drive clicking away. Fans running. We got our desktop. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to disconnect that PS2 adapter, and I'm going to plug in the USB. Plug the USB mouse portion, pig leg, or connector right into the motherboard there, and see what happens. So hold on here. Alright, I'm going to unplug this right here, and then I'm going to go plug the mouse into the USB. Alright guys, went ahead. We got mouse now. Great. Okay, so looks like things are working here. I don't know what any of this does yet. You guys will have to help me, right? Okay, so looks like the system appears to be working. What's all this stuff? I don't know what this stuff. Ah, here we go. Let's turn. What is this? Not sure what this is. Oh, some kind of recorder or something. CD player, music player. So let's turn that off. We don't need that. All right. So this looks like somebody started something, or it's normal. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just going to turn all this off to concentrate on the computer itself. Make sure it's working. So let's go in here. Let's go. Okay, I got check utilities. There's the mouse. Accessories. Communications. So it looks like I pretty much have everything that you would normally have with Windows 2000. Great. That's awesome. Alright, let's go look at some properties. Here we go. Alright. Don't need that. Okay, so it's Microsoft's 2000 Service Pack 4 registered to TLA. That's the equipment. I guess that's the TLA number, registration number there. Tektronix Logic Analyzer. Looks like 522 megabytes of RAM, or 522,032 kilobytes of RAM, if you want to go that way. Okay, so that seems to be working. Let's see if we can MS Services. Let's see if that'll work. Oh, hey, we have MS Services. So we got just about everything in there. Cool. Alright. Now the wife just walked in and plopped this down here at the table with me, some tater tots from Sonic. Yummy, yummy. Alright, let's see if we can't get this keyboard working now. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll just go up to run anyways and then see if we can type something. Okay, I've plugged in the keyboard. And the keyboard isn't working now. I had this problem earlier where the keyboard wouldn't work all the time. So I have a USB keyboard, so let me go grab that one and see if it'll work. Alright, I want to grab my other keyboard there. My USB keyboard. Hope it works. And, wow, hey, we got something. Okay, so we have mouse and we have keyboard. We just don't have the PS2 ports don't seem to be working, but the USB ports seem to be working. So I guess that means we can go cruise around here a little bit. Let's see, what can we test? Accessories, startup. How about check utilities? Let's see what's going on with that. Alright, check utilities came up. Alright, so what do we want to test? Let's look at system information, I guess. Alright, here we go. So, system summary right there. BIOS AT compatible. April 25th, 2003. Yeah, that's been around a while. 509.8 megabytes of memory. Got an A floppy. So this has got a B floppy. I don't know where that would be. C. It's a hard disk, and then we have CD-ROM. So let's do. Let's check our memory, I guess. It says refresh. We have some stuff. Memory test. Here we go. Let's try this. Data pattern test. Walking ones test, moving inversion test, walking zero test, and random memory block copy test. So let's start that. It will take 3 minutes. Well, I'll start it and I'll spare you guys the 3 minutes and just wait for it to end. So let's go ahead and start it. And I'll pause this right here, and then I'll bring it back up here in a minute when it's done. Well, it's still going. It's doing the walking zeros test, and so far it's passing. Okay, it looks like it just finished up. It says random memory block copy, and it worked, and it said no errors found. Woohoo! Alright, so let's go on to the next one. Well, I don't have any speakers hooked up, so I think I'll just skip that. Video test, huh? Well, video's not working over here. It seems to be working over here. But, we'll start it anyways, just to have fun. I got the little movie thing working, cool. Well, I guess that works. So what's the next one? Modem? Well, I don't have a modem hooked up or a dial tone, so I won't be able to do that. Graphics test. Let's try that. Well, that's interesting. I got a block on steroids of some sort. We got a black screen. What's going on now? Graphics test, check. That's kind of funny there. Wonder how long this is going to take. Okay, I'm going to pause it until it does something different. Alright, we got something different here. I had to stop that other graphics check mark thing, whatever it was just taking too long. So I decided to do this one and see what comes up. Oh wow, check that out. That's pretty interesting. I'll move that out of the way so we can see this. Wow, okay, no errors found. Good. So, what do we got next? Go back over here, show options, so you can pick which tests you want to do and which ones you don't want to do. And I basically skipped some of this bitmap stuff because it was working, but it was just taking forever, so I skipped it. Alright, hard disk test. Sequential read-write and random read-write. Start. Oh, okay, so the hard drive seems to be working. Floppy test. Sequential read-write test. Start. Found errors. I guess we should put a floppy in it, huh? I just happen to have a floppy disk. This is my TDS 500 Bravo and 700 Alpha field adjustment software disk. Now, before you guys freak out, it's not going to override it. If it does, I have another copy of it. So let's hit start. And let's see. Well, something didn't work. Let's try to push it back in. Nope. Oh, there it goes. Got a light that time. It's probably got a dirty switch or something. Oh, there we go. It's doing something. Cool. When's the last time you guys saw a working floppy, huh? We've used them at work actually a couple times. Some of the older test equipment actually still uses floppies. I couldn't believe it. But I guess if it works and it's not broke, then why fix it? But I think it should be fixed. Alright, no errors found. Good. So the floppy's working. So let's get out of here. Let's see what the options were. Sequential. Okay, yeah, we saw those. Alright, so what's the next one? Cd-Rom test. So let's see. full stroke random access test, not for DVD, not for DVD. Read write test. I think we're going to skip the read write test because I don't have a I don't think I have a read write, but I do have this, so I'm going to drop this in inside. Let's see if this will open up. Here we go. Put that on there and shut it up, see what we get. So let's see, transfer rate, full stroke access test. Not sure what that is, so we're just going to skip that. It's doing something. Choose language. I'm going to say English. Setup. Okay. Oh, we're going to skip this because it tried to load the program. But we're going to do the test. So CD-ROM may take more than 2 minutes. Do you want to start now? Yes. Testing transfer rate. Probably going to come up. Testing. I might have a blank CD one. Let's see. Your CD drive meets the requirement. Okay, cool. All right, so the CD-ROM drive is working. I'll have to throw a blank one in there and do a read-write on that. All right, what have we got left? Shortcuts. Shortcuts test. Okay. Hey, let's check analyze. See what pops up. Analysis is complete. This file does not need defrag. View report. Okay, fine. Oh, there it is. Cool. Fragmented files, continuous files, system files, and free space. Looks like I'm good. All right. I think the shortcut is working. Mouse. Pointers. Motion. All right. Seems to be working. All right. Looks like the only thing I have left to figure out is how to get the display to come up over here and the PS2 ports. However, there is one thing else that we need to look at here that might give us another clue. That is right here. Guys, it's almost 9 o'clock at night, and this says it's 12:40 a.m. So let's see what it says over here. It says it's January 1st, 2002. I don't think it's 2002, guys. So let's change the date and see what we get. 21. I believe today is the 12th. Yeah, today's the 12th. And time. Let me go look at the clock. Okay, according to the stove, it's 9 p.m. straight up. So let's run this up to 9. Run this down to 0. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. And this is going to be, that's fine. But this needs to change. Apply. So if I fire this up tomorrow and that clock is different, and I think it's going to be because remember we had this working on the screen over here. We had it on the screen and it went to here after we turned it off and fired it back up. So let's go ahead and try to do that again and see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and shut her down. I'm going to just hit shut down. And then we're going to hit, excuse me, we're going to hit F2 when we fire it back up. All right, let's try a restart and hit F2. See if any of my settings have changed. Don't need the floppy, and we don't need the DVD player. All right, so we're back in here. Let's go down to advanced, go down to graphics, video configuration. Here we go. And look at that. Remember we changed that? Oh, sorry, you didn't get to see that. Remember we had changed that to PCI? So let's change it to PCI again. And I'm going to leave the rest of the settings the way they are. And we're going to hit, I believe it's F10. We're going to save and exit and see if the screen pops up. F10. Do you want to? Yes, I'm going to change the settings. Okay, so we're back over to here now. We've lost our screen over here, which means that the graphics properties in here has changed. And all we get is it's a post. That is weird. The best I remember last time we had to wait a little while and then it came up. So let's wait a little while and see what happens. And I think this is an indication that we have a bad, oh, there it is, yep. I think we have a bad BIOS battery, which would explain a lot of these errors and gripes. So I think what we'll do in part 3 is we'll go ahead and we'll take all the covers off, the skins and the covers under the skins, and we'll change that BIOS battery, see what happens. Okay, we're firing up. Oh hey, it brought it back up over here. So we do have our secondary screen back. Let's see if this remains our default monitor or if it defaults to that one. Look at that, it defaulted to that one. That's what, see all the writing and stuff down below? So there's still some setting issues. And the mouse hasn't come up yet. It's over here, but it doesn't move. So we're going to see what happens. Notice this comes up every time, and it would sure be nice to turn that off so that I could select it when I want. That way I could read manuals on the screen when I want, and then when I'm ready to actually go do it, I can do that, and I can swap back and forth. Is the mouse gonna work or what? The mouse does not seem to be working again. This time it's in the USB port. I think we have a BIOS issue, guys. If you agree, please put it down in the comments down below. Alright, I'm going to unplug this mouse and then plug it back in and see if it comes back. Okay, I unplugged both the keyboard and the mouse because they're both USB. We got them back. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's get out of this again. And let's go down here and see if the keyboard's working. Best way to check that is to, yep, keyboard's working now. So we're going to get out of that. Let's see what happens if we go back. Will it give me the same thing? Yes. Now somebody told me, I did some reading online, they said that you could go down using services MSC, and you could go down and find your TLA and turn it off, but TLA is not in here, so I'm not sure what the program is I'm supposed to be using to get it out of the startup. If you guys know, let me know. It's not MS config. You don't have that in 2000, so don't even try that one. All right, guys, I think that's going to be it for this one. I think this is close to 30 minutes long. I'll probably chop it up a little bit and drop some links down in the description or the show more tab, depending on whether you're on a mobile device or a pad or something. You can find it down. You guys know how to find those. I'll drop some links down there. Please comment. This is it's been a long time since I played around with, trying to play around with BIOS, computers, and all that other stuff. If you have some suggestions, please drop them in the comments below. This is a neat little project. I can't wait to actually use it and play around with the TLA software. But until then, thanks for watching. Next time we'll play around with that BIOS battery, and then we're going to play around with some of these properties, graphics and settings and stuff. We'll play around with this and see if we can't get all this stuff over to the other here, down here where it belongs. All right, guys, God bless y'all, and keep Noneya out. Bye.